Hey everybody, good morning and welcome to Bible Talk from the Green Room, Revelation in 31 days. We're on day 20 of 31. Today we're going to be in Revelation 14. We're going to be verses 14 to 20, and then we'll be in 15 verses 1 through 8. Thanks for joining us. As we continue here, verses 14 to 20, we call it the harvest of the earth. It says, John now sees a white cloud, and seated on the cloud, one like the Son of Man, with a golden crown on his head and a sharp sickle in his hand. The Lord Jesus has a sickle in his hand, so he is ready to begin judgment on unbelievers. The fourth angel comes out of the temple, shouting to him on the cloud, "Put in your sickle and reap, the hour to reap has come, for the harvest of the earth is fully ripe." Without details, John writes, "So he who sat on the cloud swung his sickle across the earth, and the earth was reaped." As in Jesus' parable of the weeds, this is a picture of believers being taken to heaven and unbelievers sent to eternal punishment. The details of this judgment are recorded in chapter 16. Next, the fifth angel comes out of the temple in heaven with a sharp sickle, meaning he is a reaper. Out of the altar comes the sixth angel, who has authority over fire. He shouts to the angel with the sharp sickle, "Put in your sickle and gather the clusters from the vine of earth, for its grapes are ripe." The grapes represent unbelievers who are gathered and thrown into the great winepress of the wrath of God. The grapes are trampled in the winepress outside the city, and blood flows in a stream as high as a horse's bridle. For 1,600 stadia, or about 180 miles. This symbolically pictures the Battle of Armageddon, which will be a slaughter beyond anything the world has ever seen. Because of this horrible destiny of unbelievers, what words did Paul use in 1 Corinthians 9:22? And what words are they that should be true in your life? Like Paul, we should never compromise or dilute the gospel. However, we should be willing to go to great lengths not to offend people so we can reach them where they are. John now sees seven angels with seven plagues, which are the last of them, for the wrath of God is finished. This is the final set in the trio of seven judgments, the seven seals, the seven trumpets, and now the seven bowls or vials of wrath. John also sees in heaven what appears to be a sea of glass that is before God's throne. The sea of glass probably represents God's holiness and separates him from all sin. The sea is mingled with fire, suggesting judgment is about to come. John also sees those who conquered the beast and its image and the number of its name. There are those who remain faithful to Christ and refuse to worship the Antichrist and receive his mark. Now in heaven, they're standing beside the sea of glass with harps of God in their hands. Next, John looks and sees the sanctuary of the tent of witnesses in heaven open. Out of it, from God's presence, come seven angels and seven plagues. One of the four living creatures gives the seven angels seven golden bowls full of the wrath of God. No one can enter the sanctuary until the seven plagues of the seven angels are finished. John hears a loud voice from the temple telling the seven angels to pour out the bowls of wrath from God on the earth. And that starts chapter 16, one that will begin tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good day.